Good day, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is, whenever it is you're tuning in with me today. My name's Gaby. Welcome. We're going to have a really nice class. We're going to flow through some yoga postures in a Yin and Yang way, really working on the hips. So let's get ready to start off right away. We're coming about halfway up your yoga mat. Feet are together. But maybe feet together might cause a little bit of tension on the lower back. You're going to create a small amount of space between the feet if that's the case. Knees are bent, arms up. Inhale, lengthen along the spine. Then as we inhale, we're lengthening, reaching, rising to the sky. And triple check there's no tension stored up in the body on the exhale, shoulders melt. I'm going to take left hand, one hand outside the opposite hand, hand around the wrist. Inhale, lengthen, lift the heart, scoop your tailbone. Really reach up through the top of the head. And as you exhale, you're sending your hips across, away from the upper body, creating a crescent moon, a banana shape. We're going to gently take the fingertips back diagonally, really opening up the side of the body, working the psoas muscles for 3, 2, and 1. You're going to return to center, swap your grip. We're going to take half moon. On the opposite side, we always inhale, lengthen, exhale, melting. Really getting the hips across, fingertips are back, hips and shoulders, they stay square here. Really opening up the body. For 3, for 2, and for 1, you're going to release, releasing your hands by your side. As you place your palms facing forwards, we're taking a restful breath. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, melt them down and away. Allowing the body to be at its most supple on the exhales. We're going to now face the top of our mat. We're going to get ready just for a very gentle back bend. Feet are together, there can be a little space in between the feet. That's totally up to you. Supporting your lower back with your palms, they're facing down. You're going to draw your elbows together. You're going to inhale, lift through the heart, scooping the tailbone. And on the exhalation, we're gently pressing the hips away from us. Lifting the heart, super important. We lift the heart so we can protect the back. And maybe you have the mobility to do so, you can gently let the head begin to go back. Really lifting the heart. Exhaling, pressing the hips for 3, for 2, and for 1. Gently releasing. You're going to release your hands. You're going to inhale, lengthen your hands to the sky. As you exhale, you're taking the hands through the heart center in prayer when the prayer taps the sternum. With the softness in the knees, we're hinging out of the hips for our forward fold. It's really nice to allow this forward fold to happen in a really gentle way. We're going to get the most out of our stretch here, stretching the backs of the legs, the neck, the head, the back. As we shake it out, melt it out. Taking a baby squat in the knees, pedaling out your feet. As we get ready to deepen, open up the hips a little bit deeper. You're going to pick up your left foot. You're going to inhale, step back to the back of the mat, moving into a lunge position. So your left knee or the back knee can be on or off the earth. That's totally up to you. We want to make sure that we have this nice ankle and knee alignment. So we would like the knee to be stacked above the ankle. Maybe the knee is in front of the ankle. No biggie, just here. I want us to scooch the foot forward, creating that alignment for you. If you have the breath and the energy, you're going to keep the left knee off the earth, but the toes, they stay on the mat. So the sole of our foot is in one straight line. I'm activating the back leg. I'm going to inhale, lengthen through the heart. And on the exhales, I sit deep into the hips. We're going to leave our left hand on the mat. We're looking at our right foot, so opposite hand and foot. You're going to exhale to empty. And as you inhale, we're stacking the shoulders one on top of another. And you're opening up the palm, maybe looking at the thumb or looking at the earth. For 3, for 2, and for 1. You're going to release, both hands are on the mat. We're going to take the opposite hand away from the earth now. So I'm going to inhale, lift and lengthen, stacking the shoulders, looking through the left thumb now. Exhaling, melting through the hips. And if you have a bit more breath and energy, you're going to release your back foot to the floor. And we're going to work towards straightening both legs. We can either look at the earth, you can look through the thumb. For 3, for 2, And for one, you're going to release the knee, hands to the earth, palms to the mat. Step back for your down dog. Pedaling it out. Keeping a micro bend in those knees, lengthening from the fingertips to the tailbone. Inhaling. Exhale, mouth. Taking as many breaths as you need here in your down dog. An upside down V shape. We're going to get ready to go on the opposite side of the body. So you're going to inhale, step forward with the left leg this time. So the right knee, the right foot is the foot at the back of the mat now. So we're triple checking, looking for that ankle and knee alignment. We're always lifting, lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head to lengthen our spine upwards. If you have the energy, we want to take the knee off the mat. We're mindful of the alignment of our sole, the sole of the foot at the back of the mat. We're going to inhale, shoulders down, heart lifts. Exhale, sitting into the hips. So opposite hand and foot. So that's my right hand on the mat looking at the left foot. I'm going to exhale to empty. And as I inhale, I'm stacking one shoulder on top of the other. And then I'm going to open that palm when the shoulders stack. We still get a beautiful lower body stretch here. If you have the mobility, if you're advancing your practice, take the upper palm back an inch. When you're ready, release the palm. We're going to go on the opposite side. You're going to inhale, open up the opposite palm to the sky. And maybe you have more breath and energy. You release the feet to the mat, working towards extending that foot, that knee even. And maybe you take your palm on the shin, on the ankle to adjust here. It's totally up to you, your body. And if you're advancing, we're continuously looking to extend our tailbone, lengthening the spine as much as we can. 3, for 2, and for 1. We release the knee, release hands to the mat, step back for your down dog. Pedaling it out in your down dog. And we're going to walk our hands to meet our feet. Heel toe the feet together. You're going to push the earth away and we're inhaling, reaching, rising, lifting, lengthening to the sky again. As you exhale, you're going to take your hands to the heart center. They're going to pause. As you catch up with your breath, we're going to prepare to move into warrior 3. Let's take the left foot first. Inhale, lifting, lengthening, stepping forward with the toes of the left feet. And as you exhale, you're going to release the back foot, lengthening the heel, maybe the toes, away from the mat. With the same amount of energy and effort that we lengthen the heart towards the top of the mat. So we're stretching the body in opposite directions. Palms go back facing up. Maybe palms can move in front. Totally up to you. For 3, for 2, looking at the top of the mat. And for 1, we're going to release both feet to the mat. You're going to inhale, lift your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, returning to the back of the mat, we're going to prepare to take that one more time on the opposite side of the body. Let's go with the right foot. Using that inhale, step forward. As you exhale, you're going to release the toes, the heel, maybe stick the heel, point the toes. Advancing yogis, we're mindful of the alignment of the hips here. And extending the palms, shooting energy beams from the fingertips. Maybe lengthening the hands in front. Just mindful that we're not storing any tension in the neck. 3, 2, and for 1. You're going to release both feet to the mat. Inhale for length. You're going to exhale, release your hands by your sides. Finding your breath. Inhale, reach the shoulders to the earlobes. Exhale through the mouth, cleansing sigh, let it go. Releasing any tension in the neck, the shoulders. As we get ready, we're going to pivot to the side of the mat again. We're going to get ready to take eagle. So a really nice stretch for all the major joints in the body. And we're going to get ready. We're going to do this one once on either side of the body. So I'm going to inhale both arms to the sky, lifting. And then I'm going to exhale one of my hands around my upper body. And then I'm going to take my second hand around my upper body. So it's like I'm giving myself a hug. So I'm going to take the foot of the hand that I first hugged. And I'm going to step it out with that foot. I'm going to inhale, always lengthening on that inhale. And I'm going to exhale. I'm going to wrap or cross one leg around my opposite leg. So this might be your perfect eagle. If you've done this eagle posture quite a few times, maybe you're moving with me to advance your eagle. So when the shoulders are soft enough, you're going to be able to take both hands together, getting this beautiful stretch. And then when the hips have opened, have a little bit more space, you're going to be able to wrap that foot behind the standing leg. Wherever you are, whatever level in eagle you are in today, we inhale, lengthen through the spine. You exhale, sit into your eagle. Look at one spot for your balance. 3, 2, and 1. Release, inhale, lengthen. We're going to do the same thing, Eagle Garudasana, on the opposite side of the body. So I'm taking the opposite hand, I'm going to hug it around my body. Maybe my hands reach together, step it out with the same side. Inhale, lengthen with the leg. Exhale, crossing. Maybe you're wrapping or tucking. We want to keep the body long. And we really, really want to avoid rounding the spine here. So with the shoulders, they want to dive or duck forward super bad. But we want to keep that nice length, that nice alignment you have in your spine. So it's almost like you're sitting back and exhaling down for eagle. 3, hips stay square. 2, and 1. Beautiful, let it go. Inhale, reaching to the sky. Exhale, release your hands. Finding your breath, inhale, shoulders up. And let the exhale release tension, stress. And we're going to get ready. For our next posture, we're going to take bow. We're doing it once on either side. So I'm going to pivot to face the top of the mat for this one. And I'm going to take my left hand away from the body. And I like our palm to be facing away from my body or away from the mat. And then I'm going to put my foot into my hand. I like this grip, I like this variation as we get really, really nice activation in the shoulder. Keeping a micro bend in the knees, hips stay square, opposite arm lengthens. With a deep inhale, you reach, you extend the fingertips to the sky. Maybe you stay here. Maybe this is your perfect bow, your Dhanurasana. When you're ready, you're hinging out of the hips, reaching forward with that heart. And just working towards whatever variation of bow, how far you want to take it today. Using that breath. Someday, we take the torso parallel to the earth. For 3, for 2, and for 1, we're releasing. Exhaling, closing it off. And I'm going to prepare to take bow on the opposite side of the body. So I stay facing the same direction. And now I'm going to take the opposite foot into my opposite hand. So I'm on the right side now. I zip up my knees together for balance. I pick one spot to look at. I'm inhaling, lengthening, reaching. Lengthening as much as you can, breathing space into each piece of the spine. Middle, lower, upper back, the entire spinal column. Then we're hinging out of the hips. Reaching forward with the heart. Extending back with the tailbone for 3, for 2, and for 1. We're letting it go. Closing it off. As we turn to face the side of our mat. For 3 cleansing breaths. Just really connecting to your breath here. Tuning into the body. Seeing how the mind and the body is after we've taken a couple of really nice yang poses. So we're going to inhale, exhale through the mouth, slowing every exhale down. 2 more breaths, breathing in and out. Last breath here, breathing in and out. we're going to start to transition towards the yin aspect or the yin elements of our class. And we're going to do that by taking our hands at our heart center. We're going to face the top of the mat again. So a micro bend in the knees is beautiful. I never want to hyperextend my knees. My feet are flat on the mat. I'm inhaling, lengthening, breathing from my tailbone to the top of the head. And as I exhale, I'm hinging without rounding my spine. I'm reaching, lengthening the heart, the tailbone, melting the belly, total softness, hands to the earth. Shake your head, yes and no. We're going to get ready to stretch out the back of the legs even further. Once you've found your breath, we're going to get ready to pick our grip. So level 1. Maybe you're a little stiff, a little tired in the body. Maybe you start with level 1. Take your hands behind the calves. Maybe some days they come behind the ankles. But the back of my elbows, I want them to stay really close to the back of the knee. So maybe you're in this grip with the hands behind the calves or the ankles. Maybe you've been there before. Maybe you take your hands, the palms underneath the heel, and I still have the elbow behind my knee. And my head hangs heavy like I'm trying to give my knees a kiss. And now we're going to breathe from our tailbone to our head. And then we're going to let the exhale lift the hips as if we were trying to straighten the legs. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, softness, knees bend. Exhale, hips rise. Head hangs heavy. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pulling the elbows back for 3, for 2, and for 1. Super gently release, bending the knees, shaking it out. And when you're ready, you're going to walk your feet back to a down dog, pedaling it out. And maybe you hang out in down dog for 3, maybe 5 breaths, using your palms. Roll the forearms in, push the earth away. Exhale, melt, release your heels to the earth. If you've been in down dog, Adho Uttanasana quite a few times before, and you've a lot of breath and energy in the body, maybe you want to come and try dolphin with me today. It's quite similar to down dog, but we're going to place our forearms into the earth. We're still activating the breath. Exhaling, melting. Just staying here for 2 or 3 breaths. Drawing the hamstrings behind us for 3. Shoulders stay active for 2. And for 1. You're going to release your knees, your shins to the mat. As you sit back gently for a child's pose of Balasana. As you inhale, crawl the fingertips forwards. Exhale, melt. And when you're finished your last restful breath in child's posture, we're going to walk our fingers, our palms, more or less, in and around the crown of the head area. As you return to hands and knees, you're going to shake it out, looking towards the ankle, looking side to side, maybe looking to the sky for cow pose. Exhale, reverse the posture to cat pose. And when you're ready, you're going to roll over the toes, press back to your down dog. From down dog, we're going to roll forward on the toes to high plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Keep the elbows in. And you're inhaling, lifting, lengthening the heart to the sky for your cobra. Or maybe upward facing dog. Thighs are active. And you're going to exhale, release the belly, the sternum to the earth. We're going to take our legs together at the back of the mat. Palms are going to stay in line with our shoulders. Keep the elbows tucked in, chin or forehead on the center of the earth. Let's get ready to take a cobra posture. Breathing in, then out. And let's inhale, sipping, lifting the top of the head to the sky, lifting the heart. For 3, for 2, and for 1, you're going to release the chest, the sternum to the earth. As we shake it out with the hips, the calves. We're going to return the chin or the forehead to the center of the earth. We're going to get ready to take Shalabhasana or locust posture. So we want to take the hands, interlace them at the lower back. You're going to inhale, then exhale to empty. With your next inhale, we're sipping, lifting the top of the head, pressing the hands back. And when you're ready, you can begin to allow the lower body lift. Using your breath for 3, heart lifts for 2, and for 1. Release, laying on our bellies. As we shake it out. Catching up with your breath. Total softness in the belly now. And when you're ready, taking the hands underneath the shoulders as we press the earth away and push back to our down dog. From down dog, we're going to now start to think about frog hopping. So we're going to hop to the top of our mat, heels face inwards, toes face outwards. And we want to prepare for our Malasana, really deep hip opener. So I'm going to sit my tailbone down. My hands, they can come together in a prayer position at the heart. Elbows can gently press the knees away from each other to assist your hips. We want to keep lifting the heart. It's very tempting for our shoulders to start to round. But we lift, we lengthen the heart. We scoop the tailbone, shoulders stay down. For 3, for 2, and for 1, we're going to release our hands to the earth. You're going to inhale, lift the tailbone to the sky. You're going to heel toe your feet back together. You're going to shake it out. And you're going to walk, hop, or step to the back of your mat. So depending on your energy, you might walk like we did before. Maybe you're ready to hop or step. You're just going to make your way to your down dog, pedaling it out. And let's get ready to move to pigeon. You're going to inhale, extend your right foot to the sky. With a bend in the knee, take the right knee towards the top of the mat. My back leg is flat. And I'm going to shimmy from side to side just to ground the hips. We want to keep lifting, lengthening the heart. Shoulders stay nice and gentle, nice and soft. And on the exhales, if you feel you have the space, you're going to start to walk the hands towards the top of the mat. And if you feel, you can continuously move deeper. So we don't round the back. I like to walk the hands away from us, and I'm just going to allow gravity to melt me into the earth. This way I'm going to prevent my spine from rounding. I can really further stretch the back. I'm really getting a nice hip opener, but I'm also going to give my back some nice relief. Allowing the head maybe to melt towards the hands, the forearms, eventually the earth. And we're going to stay in pigeon for as long as you like. 3 to 5 breaths can be quite nice here. You can spend a little longer if you wish. Every exhale you're melting. We're looking for tension to release. And at any stage, if we've gone too far into the posture, you're just going to press the earth away from you. Find where is the most comfortable position for you today. And once you finish the last breath that you're on, you're going to gently press the earth away from you. And we're going to get ready to take one of my favorite little flows. So definitely be gentle with yourself, internally and externally. We're going to prepare for our mermaid flow. So I'm going to take the knee of my back foot to the front sole of my foot. My hands, they're supporting either side of the mat. So it's almost creating an S or a Z-like shape in our lower body. Using my hands, I'm going to sit on my bum, kneecaps to the sky, as I melt to the opposite side. And we can take windshield wipers here, back and forth. And then we're going to finish pigeon on the opposite side. So from our mermaid-like posture, we're just going to lengthen the opposite back leg back, using the palms to support our upper body. You're going to exhale, shimmy, melt your hips to the earth. And we really want to keep the back leg flat. So maybe we'll find a little bit of resistance. Maybe we're just going to move away from that edge, move away from that side of the body. Find that area and allow the breath to take you past that area of confrontation. Allowing the breath and gravity to work together. Then we can start to melt towards the earth, towards whatever option of pigeon works best for you on this side. Taking 3 to 5 breaths here. And when you're taking that last inhale, exhale, triple checking there's no tension in the body, really melting into the earth. Then beginning to release the hands, you're going to push the upper body away from the earth. We're going to start to take the knee towards the foot again. And we're going to make our way onto our bums. And we're going to start to lay on our back. So feet towards the back of the mat, the knees are bent, and I'm going to lay on my back. We're going to start off with our bridge posture. We're just going to take one set of bridge today. But there's a couple of different grips. If you want to change it up, you can take your hands outside ankles. You can interlace your hands underneath the bum. And your hands are going to push into the earth for this variation of bridge. Picking your variation. Heels are close to the sit bones. Tuck your chin into the chest. Lift your hips up. You're walking up on the shoulders now, taking a big inhale, breathing in. And then I'm going to exhale. I'm lifting the belly button to the sky. And we want to prevent the knees from splaying outwards. So there's an imaginary resistance band there. Keep lifting for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We come out of this one as intentionally as we entered the posture. Imagine you're giving your spinal cord a massage. Vertebra by vertebra, the tailbone taps. And you're going to hug your knees to your chest. Breathing deep, gently rocking here. Beautiful spinal compression in Namaste. It's a nice counter pose from our bridge posture. So once we've done a deep back bend, we're then going to complete the counter pose by taking a forward fold, just to neutralize the curvature of the spine. As we shake it out in our Namaste, we're going to prepare. From this posture, we're going to begin to rock forward. So when you're ready, when you have the breath and the energy, you're going to rock to take you towards your feet. From this position, we're going to make our way onto our hands or onto our knees. So we're going to roll over the ankles and step back to a down dog. From our down dog, we're going to lower the knees. We're going to come into a seated position. We're going to get ready to take Camel Ustrasana. So we're going to do this in a very, very gentle way. We've really prepared the spine very deeply. So let's come onto the knees and we're going to come up on the toes. If you've never done Camel before, you're going to stay in this position. If you've done Camel a couple of times before, you have the option to maybe try and flatten the feet today. Supporting the lower back, I'm drawing my elbows together. I'm going to exhale to empty. Exhaling, releasing tension. I'm going to inhale, lift the heart center. And I'm going to exhale, I'm pushing the hips towards the front of me. And I'm going to allow the head to melt back. So being really, really mindful, really tuning into our own energy here. We really want to avoid any choppy breathing. So we're looking for that deep, nourishing breath. Maybe release one hand. Maybe release one hand at a time. Beautiful deep back bend, opening the front and the back of the body. Chakrasana, Ustrasana. Beautiful deep back bends. And similar to bridge, really nice to kind of restore any blockages in the energy flow here. Keep lifting the heart. Really active pose. We're not forcing, but we're really activating the body. 3, 2, and 1. We release the posture just as we enter the posture. One hand at a time. Gently sitting back for a well-deserved child's posture, Balasana. Taking any variation of child's pose you wish. Knees can be far apart, close together, hands in front or behind as you take 3 to 5 breaths here. Every exhale we melt, every muscle in the body's relaxing. Beautiful counter pose to our camel posture here. Once you've finished your breath, you're going to start to push the earth away. And you're going to begin to round up. The head is the last thing to rise as we make our way into a seated position. So we're sitting on our bums, giving ourselves a little leg massage, shaking it out. As we get ready to try a yin pose, we're not going to do it in a strict yin way. We're just going to have a taster of yin. So really, really beautiful for the hips, for the body inside and out. So we're going to take shoelace, and I'm going to do this one facing the side of the mat. And if it's the first time you've taken shoelace, we're going to be super mindful to be really, really gentle. So we're going to do it once on either side of the body. So take the first leg, so maybe that's your right leg, you're going to cross it over the opposite leg. So this might be your perfect variation of shoelace. This is half shoelace, and I'm just embracing the knee towards my chest. I'm getting a beautiful stretch outside the legs, the hips, but maybe you have a lot of mobility in the lower body. You're going to move a little deeper. You're going to begin to move deeper to cross the bottom leg. For this pose, we want both of our sit bones to be on the earth. So sometimes I find maybe releasing some of the posture is going to give me this better alignment, and therefore my body is going to feel a little more comfortable. So do play around with it, do play around with adjusting, but really avoiding anything sharp or anything pain-like. In yin, we're never going to have those sensations in the body. We want to feel something. We don't necessarily want to feel everything in the pose, as we're going to be hanging out in the pose for at least 2, maybe 3 minutes. So we want to be somewhere that we can comfortably breathe. So we want to be mindful. We do not want the shoulders to round. We want to keep the shoulders down. We want to lift the heart. Breathing deep, proud faces. And as you exhale, maybe you'd like to walk the hands forward. Maybe you want to take the head in the hands. It's very restful. So we don't want to cause any tension, straining the neck. And maybe you've been in shoelace before. You can begin to fold forward. As we stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. Beautiful posture, detoxifying, uplifting, really working our kidney and our liver meridians. These are the energy centers we have around the body. And just totally melting, noticing any tension and just letting it go. Maybe noticing the mind wander, letting any judgments go, coming right back to this breath, keeping us present, connected to the posture. And once you finish your breaths, you're going to start to release this pose, supporting the upper body, walking the hands back. You're going to uncross both legs to returning to our starting position. So we do these yin poses really, really gently. And we're going to repeat shoelace on the opposite side of the body. So maybe you're crossing one leg over the other, half shoelace, beautiful starting position. Embracing the knee to the chest, maintaining this really nice long spinal posture. And maybe you're ready to deepen, keeping both sit bones on the mat. You're crossing both legs. Eventually, kneecaps are going to stack. But even for me, I'm never going to force the kneecaps to that position because my breath is going to take me there. So find where it's comfortable for you. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, melting. Taking your time, really easing your way into the pose. Being curious. Letting the breath kind of teach us, kind of guide us into the poses. On the exhales, do we feel more space, more softness? And always honoring the body if we go too far. Just starting to release the pose. Taking you to where the body really craves, really naturally wants to be. Once you finish the breath you're on, very gently walk the hands towards the upper body, releasing, uncrossing the legs, shaking them out, massaging the legs as we get ready to close off our practice together with a spinal twist. So we're going to take a seated spinal twist, and we're going to have the feet to the back of the mat for this one. So it's kind of similar to our shoelace posture, as in we're going to be crossing one leg over the other. So I'm going to start with my first leg. Maybe that's the left leg for you too. You're going to cross one leg over the other. And then I'm going to take the same side hand, so that's the left hand, because I've crossed the left leg. And I'm going to take it to my lower back. I'm supporting my palm at the lower back. I'm going to lengthen my opposite hand, reaching to the sky. And then I'm going to take my elbow just in front of the knee. So we're going to lift and lengthen, breathing in. And we're going to exhale, twist. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhaling from the tailbone to the top of the head. Exhaling, twisting. Beautiful spinal twist. Really nice to restore the equilibrium to the entire spine. Exhale, twisting. And then we're going to begin to release the hands, uncross the feet as we get ready to go on the opposite side of the body. Right leg crosses. You can either just hug the knee. You're going to take your opposite hand to the lower back. So leg that's crossed is the same side as the hand on the lower back. So maybe we stay hugging the knee. Maybe you lift and lengthen the extended palm. So you're going to inhale, lengthen. It's all about the breath in this one. Exhale, twist. Taking 2 or 3 breaths here, breathing in. Exhaling, twisting. Beautiful, detoxifying the organs. Firing up the nervous system. Maybe taking a mudra, so you can tuck or roll your index finger underneath the thumb. It's really nice mudra. Just adds more intention to the posture, to the breath. Exhale, twist. And when you finish the last breath you're on, you're going to release the upper body, the lower body, shaking it out. And preparing to sit back or lay back for our last pose, our Shavasana. lying still, maybe fidgeting around. This is your Shavasana. We return to this restful posture to close off our practice together, to allow the benefits of our yoga practice take on the body. Breath flowing, blood flowing, energy circulating around the body. As we take some time to breathe with intention, to breathe mindfully. As you breathe in through the nose, you're going to allow your belly to rise, breathing in. And as you exhale, the belly softens. Breathing in, belly rises, filling up. Exhaling, belly melts, spine melts, the entire body melts into the mat. Breathing in, drinking in nourishment. And on the exhales, letting go of tension, stress, even stories of the day, of the week. Leave them here, release them. Inhale. Exhale. And now as we breathe naturally, breathe freely, breathe deeply, we allow the breath to keep us present. Anytime the mind might wander, we let this breath, the awareness of breath, return us to the pose, to the four corners, to the mat supporting us. Where we can be most present, most alive, most connected. And taking as much time here on the mat to breathe deeply, to just be with your body, to enjoy some meditation. And when it does feel right for you to close off your practice, we're going to do so by making your way to one side of your mats, stretching it out if you need to, and supporting yourself back to a seated position. As we take our last breath here, inhale. Exhale, Namaste.